Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. So my bro has a small palm outside of his front door and he wanted a planter for it. So I had all this sort of low grade pallet wood. I didn't know what to do with it, wasn't very good, quite rough stuff. So I thought I'd make a planter with it. So I'm going to start off by making 4 uprights. So for that I'll need 8 pieces of wood. And you can see I'm just, instead of using a stop block because I'm working on the floor, I'm just holding one piece up against the other, making sure it's flush with the end, and then cutting it at the other end. Now I'm just going to mark up a line so that I know where to draw the pilot holes. I had these loads of leftover big ring nails out of the pallets, and I thought I'd use a few of those for this. So I piloted the holes to prevent cracks, but as well just to guide the nail straight because the wood's quite thin. And I put some glue down there as well. So when that's all together, that should never move. So after I put all those together, I ended up with 4 of these uprights, and they'll form the 4 corners of the planter. So now I needed to mark up and cut all the side pieces, and in the end I think there was 5 pieces each side, so that's 20 pieces that I had to cut. And I did the same thing again with the first one. I used that as a template, and then I just cut over the top, as you can see there. So that there's my first 10 pieces. I just laid them out to make sure that they are the same level, both, so that it looks symmetrical. And now I'm just going to add plenty of glue to my first panel. So 5 pieces for each. Just making sure I get that all nice and straight before I pilot it. And for this I'm just using any screws that I had that were just odd screws, just making sure that they weren't too long so that they don't protrude through the front. So yeah, I just used a mix of all sorts of screws there, and you won't see these when it's all together. And there's the first 2 sides complete. So now I just need to repeat the process for the other 2 sides. And I found this a really good way of getting rid of any sort of poor pallet wood that you've got that you can't make much with because it's got cracks, splits, or it's just not very good quality. So this was a great way to get rid of it. So here I'm just adding plenty of wood glue and in the corners as well, and hopefully this will sort of lock everything together. If you've got some long clamps to do this, that would be great. I didn't have any. It'll just hold everything together while you're screwing in. Not necessary, but if I did have some big clamps, I probably would have used them. Okay, so it's coming together nicely now. Onto the final side. And there it is. So there's the four corners done. It's all nice and square, strong, and I wanted something to cover those corners up at the top, but first I needed to put a bottom on it. So again, I just used some of the same wood, just measured the width that I needed and cut 4 pieces to go along the bottom. And I'm just going to get plenty of glue on there first. This bottom should also help to strengthen it all up as well. And I've left gaps between those pieces for drainage. I'm just using a combination of ring nails and then some screws in the corners where I couldn't get a hammer in. So there's the bottom one, and as I mentioned before, these top pieces, I wanted something to cover them up, just to make them look a little bit neater and to protect the end grain from the weather. So I basically cut 4 right angles here on each piece after I used a pencil just to mark up the size I needed them to be. And that was just with the leftover bits of offcuts of wood that I had. So again, I'm going to add glue to the tops here. And I think that makes it look a lot nicer. And it probably would add quite a bit of strength as well when it's all fixed in place. To fix them, I used 3 ring nails in each piece. So at this point the box was all finished, and at this point I actually completely forgot to sand it down. I was going to give it a light sanding, but because it's a garden planter, it's not too big a deal. Ideally it would be great to give it a light sanding. I just completely forgot and went straight onto the paint. So this is some green fence stain, and I just gave it one coat. As you can see, I'm recycling an old milk carton there, just to hold the stain in. And there it is finished. So the only thing now to do is to put the plant in. So if you found this video useful, please give me a like, and drop a comment, or if you've got any questions, just let me know. And please also consider subscribing as well. And I'll see you next time.